Jess!
Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Oh, nothing.
Weirdo. Weirdo.
Good evening on Channel 30. This is an action news break, interrupting your current programming with breaking news. Adam Morgan, best known as the Dot Sweeper, was caught today by police. Morgan confessed to be the author of the gruesome killings of Chicago Docks Bay, having murdered around 20 young females. Morgan's tracks have been followed by detectives Monahan and Burks from the Homicide Division of the police department, and he was caught on an abandoned warehouse near the docks of the city. Body's recovery process is currently being handled by the
Have you ever heard about Wayne?
Nope.
How's that possible? Wayne, the guy who used to live in this neighborhood and killed small kids? Mom never told you about him?
Cut it out, Jessica. I'm not friggin' 5 years old, alright?
You're still a wuss, though.
Would you piss off?
Oh, you know I wouldn't. Anyways, I just remembered his story, and I'm gonna tell you whether you like it or not.
Oh my god.
So, it starts with this man called John Wayne. It seems that he was very kind and very average, quite helpful and sort of loved by the neighbors. He used to do sort of social work and dressed himself like a clown. He attended community parties and visited sick children at the hospital to cheer them up. Nevertheless, things weren't all happiness for him. You see, when he was a child, him and his mother were severely abused by his alcoholic father. The man used to beat him so hard that once he made him fall down and hit his head, causing problems to his brain. Since that day, he said he started to hear voices. Voices that told him to take revenge. And so he did. He gained full trust of the neighbors, and when he did that, he started his haunting. The local kids and teenagers started to disappear without a trace one day. He apparently killed around 30 kids in a year! No joke! They say that he brought them down to his basement where he tied them up and abused them. He sliced off their mouths and made them look as if they were smiling. And then he kept on cutting out their tongues and eyes and—
Jessica, knock it off!
Isaac, shut up! I've not finished my story. Anyways, it seemed that when the kids finally died, he finished the job by severing their bodies and hiding the pieces in different parts of his house. Worst thing came when he put his eyes on this one young girl. She was about my age, I guess, and he wanted revenge on his mother's sake. So one day, while the girl was juggling in the park, he kidnapped her and brought her to his basement. He stripped her naked and tied her up on a fence he had, hands and feet like a crucifixion. There he started by cutting her tongue out and then sewed her lips together so she couldn't make any kind of noise. He beated her violently, pulled out all her fingernails with an iron nail, and all the time forced her to watch. Once he was satisfied, he finished his work by cutting the girl's belly and left her alone there, shaking in pain with all her guts coming out of her body. People said that he did all this while wearing his clown outfit and laughing like a maniac.
What the hell, Jessica? How can you talk about it so happily? That's sick.
So, one day he was throwing one of his charity parties at his house. As usual, a lot of his neighbors and some important people were there. However, it seems some of his guests were complaining about a certain stench that was reeking in his place. John said it was mold that was growing on his house foundations, but people weren't easily fooled, because the stench was more like rotten meat than regular humidity. So it seemed that some of his neighbors became suspicious of him and called the police, telling them about it. And obviously, when the police came to his house, they realized that the stench was the odor of dead bodies. They found body parts scattered all around his house. So, John was put in jail and was condemned to execution. But then, some weeks before it, he started to act weirder than usual. He'd be sitting on a corner talking to himself, shaken violently and laughing the entire time. He made so much noise that the other prisoners got disturbed as well and started acting more violent than usual. So he was punished and put inside the isolation chamber, or as the prison officers used to call it, the closet, as it was a small, dark, and silent place. The next day, when the guards came to take him out of the closet, they found him dead with a big grin on his face. They're guessing that he died from a heart attack, though it was kind of weird because he was healthy. The only thing he had was that, well, he was kind of special in the head.
So you basically mean retarded.
Oh, shut up! Anyways, now the legend says that he keeps coming back to take revenge on kids and teenagers of this neighborhood, and that dying was part of his plan all along so he could keep doing this forever.
Oh, that's just bullshit.
Whatever, you snot face. Good thing you don't open your closet past 12, do you?
Whatever.
No, it's not. Look, great Gotham, it's the moon creature. It's landed on Earth.